Hello everybody, and welcome to the final round of the VTuber GT Championship, hosted by tracc.eu. I'll be flying solo today. As for me, the commentator, I am Ruby Acosta, driver for Queen's Design, and today we're going to witness a very explosive finale for this amazing championship that has brought us a lot of thrills, spills, and definitely a bit of drama throughout the season. So, without further ado, let's go look at the VGT standings for today's race. After round 6 at the Watkins Glen, Succubus Racing still leads the pack with 534 points, ahead of Mirai United VTuber Racing Team with 455. Lopen Pro Esports Team Limited follows just right behind in third place with 386 points, with COTS Racing Team with 358. Mirai X Dragon with 331 is in 5th place, with Yandere Racing in 6th with 309 points. Wild Things X Who Wants a Soda has 278 points in 7th, with Poda Motorsport with 215 points in 8th. In 9th is Technoburst Koneko Racing with 185. And so with that, we will get ready for qualifying here at Circuit Paul Ricard. Paul Ricard, definitely a very tricky circuit, especially for a lot of our drivers today, as there's not a lot of, I guess you could say, reference points for this circuit, as it's pretty much a very flat track. You could say maybe that is a bit of a challenge of the track, or maybe a shortcoming of it. But nevertheless, it's definitely going to come down to whoever knows this track the best, and whoever can tame these really, really technical, tight corners. As you see, we have a few new drivers today. Asa Terret, or Asa.ext VTuber Racing Team. Another driver that joins us today is Cody Lionheart in the 39 GTR. As we get set to go to qualifying right away, we're going to see who has the best pace for today's French VTuber GT, the V-Prix. Very interesting, the naming convention, but it works. As I see, Psycho Kaisa is topping the leaderboard in practice with a 155.352. We're going to see if he can go any faster today in qualifying. Moritz Reiniger with a great practice time, just 100th off of the leader. Risuka Kyoso in the new 296. Yukari Kagetotaka still in the 296. A lot of 296s today, actually. Seems to be a very popular car. A few more moments, letting everybody pass the line before we transition into qualifying. Esoteric. We'll definitely try to go to the garage, but however, that part of the track is kind of blocked off there. We are focusing on iMetrics VTuber as we get set to go straight to qualifying. So we will see who will go the fastest today in this qualifying session. Two cars already out. That is Icer Ambra and the number 93 Daiwa Scarlet AMG, part of Succubus Racing. Risuka Kyoso is also on the number 13 Wild Things X Who Wants a Soda 296, previously the 992 Porsche. Trazzini Integrale in a Koneko Racing all-waifu drive car. Chen Soy in the EAB Lamborghini. Yeah, Yukari Kagutazaka, one definitely to watch for today. In the number 7 Ferrari, and Jordan Brunch in the tribute livery, sort of harkening back to previous seasons, in the gold Lexus. I believe that will be the last time that he will run the Lexus in any tracc.eu competition. Akito Suzugawa in the same 296 livery. Lucas Lichten now in the McLaren instead of the Bentley for Team Iris. Team Iris, a well-known sim racing team between R Factor 2 and Assetto Corsa Competizione. Definitely a lot of sim racing drivers who are very well accomplished are on that team, including Lucas Lichten themselves. Let's see who is the first to set a lap here. It looks like it is Icer Ambra in the number 93 Succubus racing car. As they will start their lap now. Coming out of turn 1. Very blind corner here. You have to make sure you have a pretty good idea where your apexes are and make sure you don't go off course here. Very easy to get an invalidated lap time here. Then this very tight, very tricky sort of complex here. Not a lot of reference points here except for maybe braking boards. If those braking boards are gone, you really have to just depend on sort of where the track darkens or even just the very specific lines on the side of the track. Not much in the way for any sort of scenery or whatever to save you here. A lot of it's just going to be down to memorization, whoever knows the track the best. As we see Icer Ambra sort of fly through here. Icer Ambra, the Chinese driver, has a great winning streak so far, 2 for 2 in the past 2 races. One at Watkins Glen last time around. Let's see if they can continue that great form. Definitely putting a lot of good results in for Succubus Racing. We'll see what Icer Ambra's time is here. Probably won't be the fastest time. The first lap is never really the fastest here. You still are getting your tires up to speed, tires up to temperature, up to pressure, and really just waiting for the track to actually rubber up. That's going to be a 154.955. Pretty good lap so far. Let's see what Race Cut Kyosa does. That's going to be a 155.925, so a second off. So Icer Ambra already showing great pace right now. We'll see what Icer Ambra can do. It looks like Akito Suzugawa was actually best at that time with a 154.722. Great pace for the French driver. Nobody else has been able to top that time so far. However, I believe you could believe these times will start to tumble down, and as it already has with Lucas Lichten with a 154.535. Perhaps the track's already rubbering up a lot. Maybe Lucas Lichten found a lot of pace in that McLaren already. We'll have to see as they go off track already, so that's going to be an invalidated lap, and they're going to go back to the pits immediately. Yukari Kaguruzaka also on a good lap here. Icer Ambra was on a great lap, however, they have invalidated it. Yukari Kaguruzaka, we'll see what they will do here. She was pretty dominant in the early half of the season, however, she has not had the best of luck afterwards, so we'll have to see what Yukari has to offer here for this event. Yukari Kagazaka going through the final few corners now. The final corner here, a very tight right-hander. Have to make sure you get that exit super clean. Looks like she does. Though it might not be, well, we'll see. It's not going to be enough to get a pole time for sure, but it is still a great lap. It's going to be a 155.280. Still nowhere near Lucas Lichten's lap. However, it is still a great lap time for the Chinese driver. I mean, not Chinese, the Japanese driver, mind you. Kagura Mashiro has put in a good lap of 155.515. And Akito Suzugawa still in the second place. Looks like Moritz Reiniger has actually set the closest lap to the pole time with a 154.575. Just 0.040 seconds off of that pole. Great day for Moritz Reiniger today. Looks like they are pretty comfortable at this track. This is a pretty good track to be good at since everybody really struggles here for whatever reason. So if you're strong here, then you probably have a great sort of advantage, up compared to the rest of the field. Icer Ambra about to set their next lap here. With Riska Kyoso not too far behind. However, we'll see. Ooh, Icer Ambra gets a very bad exit there. You saw they were like really overshooting it, just going to the runoff there. So that's not going to be an improvement. However, Riska Kyoso's lap will be. We'll see where Riska Kyoso ends up. Still at 7th place. Yukari Kagudazaka coming across the line now. What is this going to be? This might be the pole lap. It is. It's going to be a 154.427. Back on form for Yukari Kagudazaka. Psycho Kaiza now doing their lap as well in the number 42 Technoburst Koneko Racing Lexus. A beautiful car, especially. We'll see what they will do. And you see Akito Suzugawa trailing not too far behind, doing their out lap. Going a little bit wide, maybe just to get all that momentum into the exit. And in these final couple of corners, very tough to get right. We'll see what Psycho Kaiza does here. Very clean exit coming to the main straightaway. That is going to be a 155.865 that puts them in 8th place. Now let's take a look at Akito Suzugawa, who is about to set their another sort of stint here, another sort of qualifying run. We'll see if they will be able to challenge for the pole. Flashing their lights, and Moritz Reiniger is off to the side there. We'll ride on board with Akito Suzugawa. See Akito doing everything they can to get every bit of time out of this track. Though they are losing pace here, exiting this complex. Now onto this long straight, but you can't lose any concentration, or else you get caught out for Mistral Corner. Mistral Corner, a very fast right-hander. However, you need to get it set up perfectly in order to get the next few corners right. The long right-hander. That's a sort of a hairpin, but sort of decreasing radius as well. Very interesting corner. There we go. Hitting that apex. Make sure not to bounce the car and make sure not to go off too wide. Looks like he has it. Now into this corner. Very, very tricky corner to go to this one. Make sure not to cut in too deep or else you get into those little sausages. Good not to touch the curb, so that will pretty much lead to a pretty clean exit. However, Akito has not improved at all this lap, and they probably know it, so they're going to slow down, give themselves a bit of space to the car in front to see if they can set another fast lap here. To give themselves another chance. I believe that is Kagura Mashiro in the number 3 Lamborghini in front. So here we go again. Akito Suzuka is chasing his win. Hasn't been able to win this season yet. Hopefully, maybe at the home track, at his home track, he can pretty much capture that elusive first place. We'll have to see today. If today is definitely the day. It's been coming for a while, but however, Kaguzaka still holds that pole position for now with about 8 minutes left in the qualifying session. However, it is still anybody's game. This long straight can lose concentration though. Akito has to hit this apex, make sure he sets himself up nice and fast for this next few corners. Goes a little bit wide there, but no harm, no foul. Not a lot of time to gain, however, those last few couple of tenths, hundredths, probably the hardest to gain, especially in this qualifying session. Especially on this track when you don't really know where you're losing time or gaining time, depending how much you know the track. Tratsieri and Tracc has yet to set a lap time. Akito has lost a lot of time there, actually. Gonna have to try again here. We'll take a look at another driver who is setting their best lap. Blanc Ryuzaki. The number 44 Lopin Pro Esports Limited car. The only Lopin car here today. So yeah, I believe that this track's definitely going to be just a test of how well you know it. I mean, that's basically pretty much goes for any track, but especially this one, you just don't really have any reference points to save you here. So it's going to be just how much you know the track and just how much you can really bear with it, I guess. That's going to be a 10th spot for Blanc Ryuzaki jumping. I believe that's Jordan Murch and Natalie Lee. Natalie Lee making her first appearance after a while in the VTuber GT Championship. We'll see if Natalie Lee can pull off a pretty good lap here. She is definitely improving here. Natalie Lee, a participant in multiple more female racers seasons. Driving for Wild Things Racing in that beautiful Porsche. We'll see what she does here. That is going to put her 9th. A good improvement for her. Now let's take a look at Akito Suzuka, who was actually improving a bit, but just lost a lot of time exiting that corner back there. I'm not sure what happened to him, but that's really unfortunate. Meanwhile, Lucas Lichten is still improving on their lap. However, it's still very early. It's still a lot of time to make a mistake here for this driver. So far, not a lot of big improvements. Reisuke Kyoso in a 296, making the biggest improvement out of the top 10. Though, actually, that has lost them a lot of time. I'm about to say that big bump at the exit of that turn probably lost him a lot of time, but No harm, no foul. Still improving. That's a really wide line there. Going over the curb might hurt his lap time. We'll see, though. Only 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. We'll see what Race Car Kyoto will come up with. That is going to be a 155.327, so that's going to put him in 6th position ahead of Kagura Mashio. Cody Lionheart also improving on their best lap. The beautiful, beautiful GTR. Always love seeing a GTR here in the field. It's going to be a pretty substantial improvement for this driver here. Almost over a second there exiting that corner. We'll see where that puts them. It's going to be a 158.327 ahead of Chen Soy in 13th place. Ahmed Imran, last week's commentator. T Zeta just trying to get grips of the track. Props to them. Icer Ambra still trying to improve on their best lap. Looks like they set the best first sector. Very exciting lap here. Very exciting driver Icer Ambra has turned into here. Definitely really aggressive, but it's been paying off with 2 wins in a row. Let's see if they can make it 3 in a row. The second sector wasn't as good as the first, however, we'll see if it'll matter in the end. Going over that curve, very interesting line there. It's definitely lost them a bit of time, however. Under this final corner, we've seen Icer Ambra struggle with it. Not this time. This will be an improvement, though I don't know how much it'll be by. That'll be at 8:05, not enough to jump over Akito Suzukawa. But they will give another try with nearly 1.5 minutes left in this qualifying session. We're getting to the sort of business end of the session now. Lucas Lichten, Yukari Kagudazaka are in the pits. Looks like they have done their best lap that they could. Race Car Kyoto, Kagura Mashiro, Natalie Lee, Blanc Ryuzaki, Jordan Brunch, Ekim Chensoi, also in the pits, sort of realizing that that might be the best they'll do. As, oh, Icer Ambra completely messes up that corner. That will be their qualifying session done. Psycho Kaiza doing their final lap here, I believe. Won't be enough time to set another. Psycho Kaiza, I believe, getting a bit of a draft from, I believe that is Trazione Integrale. That might have actually really hurt their chances as Trazione Integrale gets, oh my gosh, gets into Psycho Kaiza. Ooh, that might not be great for the stewarding there. Eek. And that has completely wasted Psycho Kaiza's lap here. Moritz Reiniger, I think, will be the final driver to get a lap here. Moritz Reiniger going through this left, right, left, right, left, right. Oh, just so many corners to get to take it into account here that look all the same. Though Moritz Reiniger doesn't seem to care. They've been doing a great job today. Akito Suzukawa is also out doing their final lap. Akito Susadawa actually improving. We'll go back to Moritz Reiniger, though. We'll see what they'll do in the number 34. McLaren goes off track a bit. Not enough to invalidate the lap, however. They are still clean. Not a lot separating the top times here. Lucas Lichten still on top with a 154.237. This is going to be kind of close here. Moritz Reiniger isn't improving on that lap. Just by a bit. Looks like they will go into the pits. That's it for them. Will Akito improve here? That's a great turn there. Will it be enough? Oh, it's just barely looking at the delta here. Not by a lot. That's gonna still put Akito in 4th position. So before we get set for the race here today, here are the standings just in case you have missed them. Succubus Racing is in 1st. Mirai United VTuber Racing Team is in 2nd. Lopen Pro Esports Team is in 3rd. Pods Racing Team in 4th. Mirai X Dragoner in 5th. Yandere Racing in 6th. Wild Things X Yuan Soda in 7th. Koda Motorsport in 8th. And Techno Burst Canucko Racing in 9th. As we get ready to get set for the race here. I will take a moment to be right back. However, please enjoy the starting grid here for today's VTuber GT race at Paul Ricard. As we get ready for the pace lap here today, we'll go down the grid order. Lucas Lichten is in 1st place, taking the pole position. Yukari Kagazaka, who is not getting in actually anywhere after the start. Looks like they'll be starting 2nd, however, we'll see what happens there. Moritz Reiniger in 3rd. Akito Suzugawa in 4th. Iser Amber in 5th, right alongside him. Psycho Kaislet in 6th in the beautiful RCF. Racecock Kyoso in 7th in the 296. Kagura Mashiro in 8th. Asaterit in 9th in the number 71 296. Natalie in 10th. Blanc Ryuzaki in 11th. Jordan Brunch in 12th. Panic Fungus in 12th, sorry. Looks like Yukari Kagazaka will be starting from the pits, actually. So, everybody behind Kagazaka will be moving up 1 position. Panic Fungus in 12th. Cody Lionhearth in 13th. Chensoi in 14th. Cobb 90 in 15th. Wyatt Natus in 16th. Metrix VTuber in 17th. DJ Overdrive in 18th. Ahmed Imran in 19th. And Trazione Integrale in 20th. Yukari Kagazaka will be starting from the pits in 21st. Not sure what's happened there, but pretty bad luck, as she was actually in a good position to recover her mid-season slump here. As we get set for the French V-Prix. Beautiful conditions for today's race. 26 degrees Celsius, track temp is 36, pretty toasty for the tires. We'll see how that affects the left sides here, especially since there are so many corners that really damage the left sides. We'll see how the drivers will deal with it today. Lucas Lichten, as I've said before in the broadcast, in the new 720S, usually you see them in the Bentley. However, they have switched alliances. Julian probably not very happy about it. However, we'll see if that benefits Lucas's pace. Few drivers also in new cars. Rizka Kyoso, as I said before, in the 296. The pretty bright yellow, very yellow 296. As we'll get ready to go double file and go for the race start. Everybody's going double file now. We'll see what awaits us here today for the finale of the VTuber GT Championship. Going into the final corner now. Lucas Lichten leading them to the start. And it's green flag here today. An hour of racing to go here. Fanning out 3-4 wide. We'll see how it ends up here. That's Icer Ambra making the move. Oh, a really brave move. That nets them P3. However, Akito Suzugawa gains a lot of position though. P2. And there is trouble here. iMetrix VTuber, DJ Overdrive, Yukari Gonzaga coming out of the pits, but we'll see what happened there. DJ Overdrive getting into Ahmed Imran, just sort of yeeting iMetrix VTuber into the outside. Trazzoni and Trigali having to make evasive maneuvers in order to avoid getting into any of those cars. Pretty bad start for DJ Overdrive and iMetrix VTuber here today. However, at the front of the field, we have Lucas Lichten, Akito Suzugawa, Icer ABR, and Moritz Reiniger. Moritz Reiniger trailing at the back of Icer Ambra. Icer Ambra getting that amazing jump into turn 1 on Moritz Reiniger. Reiniger wanting to get revenge, however, on the Chinese driver in the Daiwa Scarlet Succubus Racing Mercedes AMG. Moritz Reiniger going to the outside for this corner. However, will it pay off? Looks like they will be able to clear that number 93 Mercedes. Number 93 having to make space for the 34 as they get into this corner. Now coming into this. Ooh, looks like Asateric got wide there. That was between them and Kagura Mashiro. A pretty big pack there. However, we see Akito Suzugawa going for the lead, challenging Lucas Lichten in that number 56 296. It is McLaren versus Ferrari at the head of the pack here. Moritz Reiniger not too far behind, along with Icer Ambra. Moritz Reiniger actually made the move, as I said before, coming into that fast right-hander Mistral corner, I believe. Now starting the second lap of the race. No harm, no foul. Only 2 small incidents here. Now coming into Virage del Hotel and then into Virage du Camp. I'm not very good at French, so excuse me. So the French driver. Oh, it looks like Moritz Reiniger actually is starting to challenge this top 2 here, making it a top 3 battle. This is going to be pretty much a race of the ages, I believe, here. If all this sort of keeps going down. Moritz Wieninger right on the back of that French driver is 296. Trying to spoil the French party here. Onto this long corner, having the slipstream behind these two cars. I believe that is still actually the older 720S that Moritz Wieninger is driving, while Lucas Lichten is in the Evo 720S. And looks like Akito Suzukawa has actually gained a lot of time there, but they have gone off track, so that might be a track limits warning for them. Meanwhile, further behind, we have Reisuke Kyoso and Seigo Kaiza also battling for that 5th position. Icer ABR right in front of them. Reisuke Kyoso wanting to sort of salvage his season so far as well. Not been having the greatest of seasons. Going down further the field, we have a battle between Chen Soy and Fungus. Panic Fungus in the NSX, and Chen Soy in the Lamborghini. A good dive to the inside for Fungus, but however, that will give Chen Soy maybe the advantage for this turn. Yes, it does. Have to be careful. Ooh, a little bit of contact, however, no harm, no foul once again. Cobb 90, though, actually managing to catch up to these two. So good battles all around at Paul Ricard. Chen Soy going to the outside. Maybe might pay off again. Yes, it does. Right around the outside. Down to the inside for Chen Soy. But Panic Fungus actually comes out on top after all that. Cobb 90 just being a spectator, having the best seat in the house for this battle. Panic Fungus might be going a little wide here. Yes, they do go a little wide. That might give Chen Soy a chance to fight back. Cobb 90 still on the back of that number 82 Lamborghini, and that gives Wyatt Natus a chance to actually recover. Go back to the pointy end of the field here. They're still really stuck together here. Lucas Lichten looking for their first win of the VTuber GT Championship season, as is Akito Suzukawa and Moritz Wieninger. So it is a McLaren sandwich with sort of a Ferrari meat, a horse meat, you could say. We'll ride on board with Akito Suzukawa. As you see, I believe that is, let's see what car that is. I believe that's actually Ahmed Imran. Coming to La Verriere. Gaining a bit of time there, actually. Catching up to Amin and Run. Gonna have to be very careful here. Amin and Run makes space, thankfully. However, that's gonna put Akito Suzukawa right onto the back of Lucas Lichten. Definitely exciting stuff, as Execute says. Now slipstreaming again onto this very long Mistral straight. Sorry, the Courbe des Signes was the big right-hander. It looks like Akito Suzukawa might get a run at the exit of the Mistral straight. Akito Suzukawa on the outside of it. We'll see how this plays out. Oh, Lucas Lichten on the inside has to cut the curb. Oh, he gets the spot back. Oh my goodness. What a race this has been so far. Moritz Wieninger still on the back of these two. It's just waiting for these two to make a mistake, get into each other, and for Wieninger to just reap the benefits. Akito Suzukawa right on the back again, just stuck on them like horse glue. Like from the horse glue factory, I don't know how to say it. But either way, just stuck to the back of that McLaren, number 77 McLaren. The cars change, making a great Ooh, I was about to say a great change as DJ Overdrive is around. Not sure how that happened. Might have been a sort of technical issue. We'll have to see after the race to see what they have to say. However, we will go back to this battle between Akito Suzugawa and Lucas Lichten. Looks like Lucas Lichten has managed to put a little bit of a gap on the French driver. As for the advantage McLaren has here, I believe that McLaren is just very strong overall. A very strong car overall, especially the Evo model, as I've seen in multiple different competitions. So it's no surprise that Lucas Lichten is basically stretching out those legs. We'll go back to the battle, however, as Psycho Kaisa is under threat with an alien right behind. Don't get probed. Reisca Kyoso is coming. Succubus Racing's own Kagura Mashiro in the number 3 Lamborghini is also right behind, looking to make any move, just in case. Ooh, we have to get back to the leaders, though, as Akito Suzugawa has made another run on the McLaren. Looks like DJ Overdrive has had a technical issue, disabling his steering wheel by kicking his USB out according to chat, so unfortunate for that driver. Looks like that will be a retirement. Very unfortunate. So far, after 10 minutes, the top 5 is Lucas Lichten, Akito Suzugawa, Moritz Reiniger, Iser Ambra, and Psycho Kaisa. This will probably not stay the same by the end of the race hour, or even by halfway, judging how hectic these battles have been. Let's look at the biggest mover of the race. Actually, before that, looks like Chensoy has gone around. Not sure that happened. Not sure how that has happened. Looks like maybe he's gotten into Panic Fungus there in the number 69 NSX. No, actually, all by themselves. Coming off of that curb. Have to be careful there. Yukari Kagadazaka, the biggest mover of the race, starting from the 21st position. However, their original qualifying position. Oh, Asaterra actually has a drive-through. That has to be because of the track limits. Track limits very easy to get here, even easier than the previous tracks we have been to on the VTuber GT calendar. So, unfortunate debut for the number 71 car driver. Looks like they will have to take a drive-through penalty. Meanwhile, Reisca Kyoso is right on the back of that number 42 Techno Burst Koneko Racing Lexus. Really easily able to get a pretty good slipstream here. I don't know if he'll be making the move here coming into Curb de Cygnus. Cygnus, nope, not yet. So, into Bissau. Really unfortunate for DJ Overdrive. Out of Bissau and into Bendor. Very interesting names for these corners. So it looks like the battle at the front has calmed down a little bit. Looks like Lucas Lichten has been able to set a pretty good pace so far. Manage the gap. Looks like Psycho Kaisa has gone a little bit wide. That might give Reisca Kyoso an opportunity to make a move coming into turn 1 here. This Reisca Kyoso is actually 2/10 up on Psycho Kaisa on that previous lap. However, raw pace doesn't mean anything in the race, actually, when you still need to get past the driver in front of you. So, you know, a pretty good battle here coming on between these two. We'll focus on the rest of the field here. Hikari Kagurazaka has gotten past Panic Fungus, already up to 12th position. Though, once again, probably not what they wanted after that start. Panic Fungus actually trying to make the move, but Yukari is going defensive, leaving Panic with nowhere to go, breaking up all their momentum. great defensive driving by Yukari Kagurizaka heads up as we see a battle for 10th here between Lionheart and Brunch. Brunch in that gold tribute livery going a bit sideways there. Not good for the tires, but great for the broadcast. The Mistral Straight being a key part of this track here, being key part if you're able to slipstream the car in front of you, get the toe, you can really get a good run coming into Cygnus. Jordan Brunch, however, will not be able to take advantage of the slipstream from that far out. So with the pit window open, with 41 minutes left in that said window, we're going to see who is going to be the first to blink. Usually we see drivers pit around the halfway mark of the race. However, we see sometimes if people do actually get themselves in trouble, as Jordan Brunch makes a little mistake there again, however still to the back of Cody Lionheart. But as I've said, we've seen drivers come in early if they've gotten into trouble or have some damage. So it's going to be interesting to see what everybody's strategies here are, as Natalie has gotten past Blanc Ryuzaki for the 8th position. We'll see how that happened here. Looks like Blanc Ryuzaki has gotten a little wide here at the Virage de la Tour. So that easily gives up the position as Cody Lionheart and Jordan Brunch might have gotten together here while we were looking at that replay. We're going to have to take a good look here. So far, so good. Nothing out of... Ooh, looks like Jordan Brunch dives into the inside. Doesn't end up very well for Cody Lionheart. That might be something for the stewards to look at. Pretty ambitious there. Might have been an honest mistake there from Jordan Brunch. However, that still will be looked at, as Cody Lionheart is the first to pit. Looks like they have taken my advice of pitting early when you get into trouble. So right away, diving in the pits, making sure you get that out of the way, making sure that you have no traffic at the end there of your pit stall. Able to set clean laps. As there's still a battle raging on between Reiskat Kyoso and Psycho Kaiza. Reiskat Kyoso has not been able to find a way past the Technoburst driver. So far, a pretty calm... So far, aside from that incident at Virage du Pont, a very calm race now. The battle at the front calming down a lot. As, oh, never mind, looks like a big incident between White Natus and Asa Terret. Not sure what happened there. Ooh, huge accident, actually. Huge one. I don't know what happened to White Natus. Looks like they have disconnected. Asa Terret able to keep going, but White Natus was taken for a huge ride. Oh my goodness. Back to this battle for the 5th position here between Reiskat Kyoso and Psycho Kaiza. Actually, we'll go back to 13th position for the battle for 12th between Penne Fungus and Evan Chensoy. Ekem Ali Boran Chensoy. Full name. Yes, Ether Yuki, it was a honest mistake. It happens in racing. Still something to look at for the stewards, and something to think about, especially coming into the next few races, or next few races I should say, since this is the final race of the season. Just something to learn from. You never learn unless you make a few mistakes. Been there myself a few times. Looks like Cobb 90 has not been able to take advantage of the battle between these two, as Cobb 90 has lost a bit of pace, maybe because of the track conditions. Chensoy going to the outside, jinking to the outside really quickly, actually. As Penne Fungus is going really slowly. Ooh, makes a really pretty aggressive defensive move there to force Chensoy into the inside there. Not really into the greatest racing line into, I believe that's Basso. Kicking the rear out wide a bit there. As I see Yukari Kagarizaka, the biggest gainer of the race, now coming up to Jordan Brunch. Yukari not electing to actually make the move into turn 1. A very smart move, actually. We'll see when Yukari makes a move. However, we still have this battle for, I believe, yes, the 12th between Chensoi and Fungus. It's like Kawamati's actually managed to gain a bit of position there. Focus actually on Yukari and Jordan. Yukari having a great run here into the Mistral Straight. And a beautiful 296. Looks like Jordan has no chance against her, as Yukari will make the pass pretty easy. So another spot gain from the pit start for Yukari. Looks like Jordan... Ooh, Jordan makes a little bit of contact. Another small mistake there. No harm, no foul. That's going to be another position gain for that driver. Meanwhile, this battle still raging on between Reisuka Kyoso and Psycho Kaisa. Psycho putting on a psycho display of defensive maneuvers here. You'd love to see it. Psycho Kaisa braking really late there. Or maybe it was Reisuka Kyoso braking really early. A few cars in front, that is Icer ABR, and Kagura Mashiro still behind there. Psycho Kaisa again in the number 42 Blue Archive Kaneko Racing Lexus. Beautiful livery on that car. As looks like a lot of the tension at the front of the field has sort of died down. Looks like Lucas Lichten is setting pretty consistent laps here. The only one in the 54s actually. You know, the rest of the field in the 55, 56 range. So Lucas Lichten's car choice definitely benefiting them. The Psycho Kaisa is again under threat by Reisuka Kyoso. This battle's been going on for quite a while. It's going to have to take a really, really brave move from the British driver. Again, British ill. Yeah, nothing yet. So this has been a stalemate so far. Got an update from Yukari Kagarizaka that her wheel actually died at the start, so that explains the pit start. So that's an update on Yukari. However, Reisuka Kyoso at the moment is making a dive into this turn. However, he thinks twice about it. Maybe a good move. Pretty interesting, pretty brave spot to make a move there. It could work. However, you really need to be aware of what the other driver is doing in front of you. Takes a lot of awareness from both drivers to make a move like that. Reisuka Kyoso, however, will have the toe coming into the Mistral Straight. Great race so far. Thank you everybody for watching this whole season, Season 7 of the International VTuber GT Championship. Especially we're dealing with my first broadcast here for tracc.eu. This is my first actual commentary role for the whole season for any of sim racing. Usually I am a sim racer myself for Queen's Design. However, yeah, hopefully this season has been very, very entertaining for you. I don't know if I will return for broadcasting for next season, as I will be racing in track in the Track GT Cup with Pan Am Formula and Queen's Design. But thank you regardless for watching, and thank you for Julian for giving me the opportunity to broadcast and bring you guys this amazing championship. Just the most fun to watch, just really unique in the grand scheme of sim racing. Just getting all these indie VTubers into one place, pinning them against each other, and broadcasting and promoting their channels. You see, there's still a battle going on between Panic Fungus and Chinsoy. However, Asatera is looking to make up positions after that drive-through penalty. Looks like Chinsoy actually made a big mistake there. His driver bunches into the pits as well as Chinsoy. Pretty tight pit entrance, gotta be really careful here. However, if you want to take a look at the driver standings, just overall, looks like Yukari Kagorizaka is still up on top, with Icer ABR in second and Akito Suzugawa in third. So even though that Yukari's actually not having the best of seasons so far at the moment, she is still on top of the driver standings, as Kagura Mashiro might have had a little off here. Let's see what happened here. Ooh, just went really wide there. Had to catch the back end of that Lamborghini. But looks like nothing else to really report there. As Akito Suzugawa is into the pits, we'll see how this works out. Lucas Lichten has not elected to come in. Moritz Reiniger either. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the course of the race. Again, Chinsoy is also in the pits. So your top 5 at the moment is still Lucas Lichten, Moritz Reiniger, Icer ABR, Saiko Kaiza, and Reisuka Kyoso. Akito Suzugawa has, again, taken his first pit stop, or his mandatory pit stop, mind you. And Lucas Lichten at the head of the field doing a great job. 11 seconds ahead of Moritz Reiniger. Just dominating the race so far today. Akito Suzugawa and Moritz Reiniger just not have had a chance against that purple big Evo 720S. And Nick Fungus also into the pits for their mandatory stop of the day. Akito Suzugawa will slot in 10th position behind Yukari Kagorizaka, about 21 seconds behind Yukari Kagorizaka. However, Kagorizaka has not taken their pit stop, so that is a bit irrelevant. Lucas Lichten going through lap traffic of Ahmed Imran Kizeta, last week's commentator. Last race's commentator, mind you. Last week was actually the Track GT Cup. To update you on the Track GT Cup, looks like Pan Am Formula won the team's championship with Mark Kane winning the second season. So congratulations to that team and that driver. Mark Kane, a VTuber GT driver in previous seasons. So great to see him find success in other avenues. As this battle is still going on, still a stalemate between these two drivers. Let's see who breaks first here. Who pits first? Who blinks first? So you can see on the left of your screen with the green sort of the green line next to the numbers, that is denoting that they have actually made their pit stop. The orange marker with the 1 denotes that they have not made their mandatory pit stop yet. So the only drivers yet to make their pit stop here today, actually, Asateret is going to update that list today. So the only drivers yet, as of halfway into the race, to make their pit stop are Akito Suzugawa, Asateret, Jordan Brunch, Evan Chensoy, Pandit Fungus, and Cody Lionheart. The rest of the field has not made their pit stops yet. However, that will have to come very, very soon, as the pit window is open for only 26 minutes more. Sounds like a lot of time, however, you cannot leave it to the last moment, however, or else you will be given a big, big penalty for not adhering to the regulations. Now ICER ABR themselves are in the pits, as well as iMetrix VTuber might have actually had an off there. And Kagamashi was in the pits. Not sure what happened to iMetrix VTuber here. We'll take a look at the replay. Just went off a bit too wide there. Spun around. Easy mistake to make there. Pretty tough corner to get right. So, anyways, both Succubus Racing cars in the pits. Actually, Yukari Kagodazaka now in the pits as well, making her mandatory stop. So both Succubus Racing cars and the Kagodazaka Motorsport car in the pits. We'll see where they end up. This battle still rages on. This battle's been going on for ages. Reisuka Kyoso, we'll see who has the most endurance, the most stamina to sort of withhold all this sort of tension. Reisuka Kyoso actually might have the run here coming into Cygnus. Actually holds off still. Ooh, goes a little wide. Loses a little bit of control. Actually, both cars lose a bit of control there. Coming to Bissau. Very lucky not to get spun around there. Oh my goodness. Talk about a raging horse. Just bucking around. As Lucas Lichten now blinks first for the leaders. Actually, the second car to take a pit stop. As Yukari Kagodazaka, no, they're just exiting the pits. So, never mind that. I thought that Yukari Kagodazaka was stopped at the track somewhere. But it looks like Lucas Lichten will be taking their mandatory stop along with iMetrix VTuber. So that will put Moritz Reiniger in the lead so far. Reisuka Kyoso also sort of diving into the pits before Psycho Kaiza does. So, once again, Moritz Reiniger into the lead. As, oh no, looks like Jordan Budge and Key Zeta got into an incident there. We'll see what happened. Ooh, no, looks like a bit of a sort of miscommunication between lap traffic and elite lap cars. Just unfortunate for that driver. Lucas Lichten now coming out of the pits. We'll see where Akito Suzugawa ends up. Akito Suzugawa just exiting that final corner, coming into turn 1. Oh, this is going to be really close. Actually, not quite. It's going to be 5 seconds nearly. So Lucas Lichten actually pretty much nailed that stop. Nailed that actually the whole time while Akito was in the pits. So great pace by the number 77 car as Com90 also dives into the pits here. So we will focus on the net leader for the race. That is Lucas Lichten so far. Let's see. Akito Suzugawa trailing just behind. so far. Lucas Lichten with the fastest lap of the race with a 154.555. Triple fives, just untouchable at the moment. You see, this battle has jumped Reisca Kyoso up in front of Eister ABR, actually. A very interesting development here in the race. So Eister ABR has to make up a position now after those pit stops. We'll see where Psycho Kaiza slots in between these drivers. It looks like they have lap traffic of, I believe that is iMetrics VTuber. Eister ABR wanting to make up time no matter what. And Block Ryuzaki is also in the pits. My apologies for switching to drivers, especially as they dive into the pits, because the pit lane is so slow. Entering it is such a sort of a challenge. You have to slow down to a crawl in order to turn right into the pit entrance that it registers as a yellow flag for the game. It is not the Formula 1 pit entrance, as Reisca Kyoso gets held up by one of the lap cars. I believe that was iMetrics VTuber, actually, that held up Reisca Kyoso there. So the battle's on for, I believe that is, at the moment, 6th position. I'm not sure what that is in net and for the net, but at the moment it is for 6th position. We'll go on board with Eiser Ambra. Eiser Ambra was looking to make that move coming into Cygnus. However, it looks like it won't be anything. Too far to make the move, too far to make the dive. Would have been very, very ambitious. Thankfully, the Chinese driver had second thoughts about it. So at the moment, looks like Lucas Lichten is now in second, net leader. Ooh, Eiser Ambra! Whoa, what a move that they were trying to make there. That was pretty interesting. It's only lost them time, however, to Reisca Kyoso. So it looks like after everybody has cycled through, looks like Reisca Kyoso will be in the 4th position, with Eiser Ambra in the 5th position. Psycho Kaiza behind both drivers. So Psycho Kaiza has actually lost a lot of time. So very interesting development here. Meanwhile, there's still this battle between Chensoi and Panic Fungus. These two have been duking it out for a while now. As Natalie Lee, who is the leader at the moment, still has yet to pit, has to lap these two. Probably will have to dive into the pits right now to not get caught up in traffic. We'll see what Natalie Lee does here. Yes, she does dive into the pits. So that will be, I believe, the final ones that the front runners that have yet to pit to make their pit stop. So now it looks like the field will cycle through, and we will have Lucas Lichten at the lead again. So a big winner of the whole pit cycle, ooh, as Chensoi loses control there. The big winner of the whole pit cycle looks to be tracc.eu, who has gained a bit of time ahead of Psycho Kaiser. tracc.eu has been stuck to the back of Psycho Kaiser for quite a while now, so that is the huge relief for the Who Wants a Soda VTuber there. So we were still focusing on this lead battle. I mean, not on this lead battle, on this battle. Icer is going to thrive through. Oh no! And this great streak will come to a close here for the Chinese driver of Succubus Racing, who has now gotten a drive-through. Unlucky, the streak will not continue as if it would from that position. But my goodness, really unlucky for the Chinese driver. Just unable to keep it between the white lines, and unfortunately, we'll have to take this drive-through. And just, what a terrible event to happen. So that will definitely lose Succubus Racing some points. However, I believe they've already had a pretty big gap to the rest of the field. However, it's just not what you want. So that battle will pretty much nullify itself. And with 20 minutes to go, it is still Lucas Lichten at the front of the field with 8 seconds to Akito Suzugawa. Akito Suzugawa still in second, just probably really frustrated that he cannot find any pace to deal with Lucas Lichten. Lucas Lichten just very dominant today in that brand new 720S that he is driving today, that they are driving today. Excuse me. Team Iris putting on a clinic today here at the French V-Prix. So it looks like Icer Ambra will take their drive-through. Unfortunate for the Chinese driver of Succubus Racing. As Chen Soi's around, oh no! What's happened to Chen Soi? Chen Soi might have just gone around there. Yes, just on the curb. Lost control of the rear end of that Lamborghini Huracan Evo 2. Unfortunate for the Turkish driver. So we'll see where that ends. Puts Icer ABR after the drive-through. That will be around maybe 7th position if Natalie Lee can catch up. But it looks like Icer Ambra might have the pace to sort of defend against her. So that puts them behind their teammate Kawagura Mashiro. And so at the moment, the gaps are pretty spread out. Driver of the race so far, I believe, will be Yukari Kagazaka, starting from the pits after her wheel disconnected at the start. Has gained, I believe, 12 positions. Yes, starting from the 21st position. Just an amazing race so far for that Japanese driver in the 296. And it looks like we do have a battle here for 15th position between Chen Soi and Cody Lionheart in the Nissan. The big, beautiful Nissan. I love the Nissan so much. Chen Soi tries to go defensive, however doesn't go defensive all the way. Cody Lionheart and Hart Gas Racing Team Virtual Life GTR. Lots of different VTubers from lots of different groups, lots of different independent groups, lots of different backgrounds, locations, games they play. But what brings them together is the International VTuber GT Championship. Probably the most unique championship in all of sim racing here. Drivers from many different countries: China, Germany, France, the UK, Japan, USA, Scotland, Turkey, Canada too, Italy, if that's a real country. We'll run down the rest of the field. So Lucas Lichten, once again, at the head of the field. Akito Suzugawa in the second spot for Mirai United VTuber Racing Team. Great performance so far. Moritz Reiniger also with a great performance, a standout performance for this driver in third position. Reisuke Kyoso finding himself in the fourth position, jumping Saiko Kaiza in fifth. Kagura Mashiro, great result for them too, in the sixth position. Iser Ambra in 7th, and Natalie Lee in 8th. Yukari Kagurazaka recovering to a 9th position. Lankruzaki in 10th. Shorter Brunch in 11th. Asatera, after a drive-through penalty early on in the race, is in 12th. Panic Fungus is in 13th. Cobb 90 is in 14th with the hazard lights on for some reason. Chensoi is in 15th. Cody Lionheart in the battle for that position in 16th. I mentioned VTuber at 17th. Trazione Integrale in the Koneko all-waifu drive Ferrari in 18th, as Cody Lionheart seems to have gone around. Not sure what's happened there, actually. I'll have to check real quick. There was a yellow flag really shortly for this driver. He might have gone off track. No, it was just very slow. Just triggered a yellow flag there. Ahmed and Ron bringing up the rear of the field in 19th. We have, I believe, two DNFs, one for Wyatt Natus and another for DJ Overdrive, who had a technical issue early on in the race that led them to retire. So we see Lucas Lichten get around Panic Fungus, lap traffic here. Panic Fungus in the 13th position. So now we have 12 cars on the lead lap. Lucas Lichten putting on a great show. Last lap was a 154.902. Great pace so far from this driver from Team Iris. Akito Suzugawa not able to match that at all with a 155.677. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. Moritz Reiniger with a 156.532. Reisuke Kyoso about to come across the line. We'll see what he does for this lap. 56.080, probably along the sort of time for the race to have those tires drop off and sort of lose a bit of pace. Saiko Kaiza, who has lost quite a bit of a gap to Reisuke Kyoso after holding him off for quite a while, into 5th position, is at 156 as well. This battle between Cody Lionheart and Chensoi is still raging on, however. Cody Lionheart has to get the draft here. The slipstream, no matter what you call it. The toe slipstream draft makes you go faster. And see here, Cody has a great run here coming into Cygnus. Cygnus into the inside. Oh my goodness. Will they make the move stick? Chensoi goes really wide. Might have been spooked there. Now into Bissau. Looks like Cody Lionheart has the position pretty locked in. My goodness. Actually, looks like Chensoi has gained a bit of time there. So this is the closest battle we have for you at the moment. Chensoi getting a little bit of a bounce there from the curb. That might not help that momentum. Tried to say something funny about Chinsoi. Trying to take a bite out of Cody Lionheart. Hopefully Chinsoi doesn't hear that. Either way, though, this battle is still raging on. To update you, at the head of the field, Lucas Licton has pulled a 12-second gap at the moment to Akito Suzugawa. The current leaderboard on display here on the game is a bit out of date. So, on my race control screen, Lucas Licton has actually 11.5-second gap to Akito Suzugawa. Moritz Reiniger behind Akito Suzugawa with an 11-second gap as well. Race Scott Kyoso with, oh, looks like Chinsoi is about to stop my little rambling there. Fighting back against Cody Lionheart. Chinsoi going to the inside of this corner here. No luck though. Looks like Cody Lionheart will keep their position for now. Pretty steady. 10 minutes ago, about 10 minutes ago in the race for now, so not a lot of time left to make any gaps, any positions, any more moves here. Oh no! Chinsoi makes a big mistake, slides to the outside of the track. What's going on there? Oh, maybe too much right foot there. Lost control of the rear end of that Huracan, so that's a bit of a gap they're gonna have to make up again. Unfortunate for the Turkish driver. So at the moment, the closest battle we have so far now is Yukari Kagudazaka catching up to the Wild Things Racing driver of Natalie Lee, Twitch streamer Natalie. Natalie doing a great job of actually holding that gap, managing the gap, making sure that she doesn't make any mistakes to keep Yukari Kagudazaka at bay here. However, Kagudazaka is catching, little by little. Yukari, the current driver's points leader. That dominance early on in the season might have sort of nullified the little slump at the end of the season. Coming into Cygnus and now into Basso. Out of Basso now. Ducati's gained a lot of time there, actually. Natalie going a little bit wide on that entry. That's given Yukari Kagudazaka the ability to get a great run coming into the stretch here. So it's going to be Yukari Kagudazaka versus Natalie Lee here for the 7.5 minutes we have remaining in the race. Once again, before the race ends, thank you so much everybody for watching this whole season of the International VTuber GT Championship, brought to you by tracc.eu. I'm very privileged to have the opportunity to broadcast and commentate the races for you, especially since I do not have much experience, or any experience at all in commentating. So I'm glad to give you guys my sort of my sort of POV, my sort of insight to sim racing, being a sort of professional sim racer, like semi-professional, I guess, for Queen's Design. Lots of great memories here this season. Lots of different storylines, lots of everything to sort of catch up, tons of drama. As Yukari gets close to the back of the Wild Things Racing Porsche 911. But just a fantastic season, a very fun season. Looks like Asa Terret and Gordon Brunch have gotten together. We'll see what happened here. Oh no, Lucas Lichten is right there. Maybe got a little pressured. Ooh, that's a huge kerfuffle there. Lucas Lichten was very lucky not to get involved in that. That would have definitely ruined their race. This battle, however, still rages on for the 8th position. Natalie Lee doing a great job in holding her spot. And yes, Racecott is in the Ferrari. So with 5 minutes to go, it looks like Jordan Brunch has gone past Asa Terret. Might have been just a courtesy sort of pass there. With 5 minutes to go, the leading car is still Lucas Lichten, with Akito Suzugawa trying to trail behind, but that has a 12-second gap to make up, with Moritz Reiniger in 3rd, Racecott Kyoso in 4th, Taiko Kai's in 5th, as the pit window has closed officially. No more time to make your mandatory stop. Thankfully, every driver has made it, so no need to worry about that. So at the moment, the only thing we need to worry about is making it to the end. As Yukari Kagurazaka goes way wide there. Really wide, actually. That big Porsche wing is definitely blocking the view of Ducati. As Ducati might have a move to make here. Dives to the inside. What a move! What a move! But Natalie Lee still has the momentum coming into the exit of the corner. We'll see if Natalie Lee can take advantage going side by side into turn 1. Can Ducati use the legs of that horse to stretch that gap just a little much? Just that little bit to gain the advantage? We'll see. No, Ducati has the advantage of the inside of the corner, to clear Natalie Lee, and now she is in the 8th position, just 8 seconds behind Icer ABR. So that will be about 13 positions. Yes, 13 positions that have been gained by Ducati after that technical sort of difficulty at the start with her wheel. So hats off to her for the great recovery drive so far. Definitely could have been at the front of the field. Just unfortunate that that happened. We'll take a look at the front of the field. Lucas Lichten, just what a drive from them today. Has definitely showed up. The McLaren is working for them. Working for them a treat. A charm, even. Akito Suzugawa doing his best. Just not enough for that insane pace. Though, nothing to take away from him. It's still a great race from that driver in the number 56 Mirai United VTuber racing team. Still running that amazing tribute livery for, I believe that's a Nijisanji VTuber. Nino Kosaka, I believe. As we have a battle between lap cars behind, as we have a yellow flag. That is between Ahmed Imran and Trazione Integrale. What's happened here? lag, looks like. Pretty bad lag, actually. So unfortunately, that actually puts Imran into the sort of into the chaos, as that is a big slide. That is a huge slide by tracc.eu. I don't know if that's the lag or anything, but that looks pretty interesting. Meanwhile, Asatera and Jordan Brunch are battling for the 11th spot, so not everything is pretty far stretched out. We still have this battle to worry about. Asatera looks like they are the faster driver, but Jordan Brunch, he knows how to make that RCF really wide. As the white flag's out for Lucas Lichten, so this will be the final lap for these two drivers as well. Like I said before though, Jordan Brunch has the widest RCF in the world, and that will not be great news for Asatera, as they will try to make up any gap to sort of get past this driver here. You saw in the distance, in the far picture, I mean in the near picture, sorry, Akito Suzugawa in the second position. Asatera made a little mistake there, so that will build a pretty big gap between Jordan Brunch and Asatera. So we will focus on Lucas Lichten for now, who is on the beginning of the missile straight. Just hats off to the Team Irish driver. Wonderful drive so far in the number 77 car, coming to Cygnus. Still has yet to make a third of the track to complete. But with 14 seconds for Akito Suzugawa to make up, I don't think they are going to be challenged anytime soon. Team Irish driver makes it through this turn, coming into the penultimate set of corners. The number 77 McLaren Evo. The change from the Bentley has made all the difference for Lucas Lichten, now coming onto the home stretch to the checkered flag. It's going to be a first-time win for Lucas Lichten. First-time win. The first-time winner in Season 7. Lucas Lichten takes the win for the VTuber V-Prix in France. Akito Suzugawa will be the bridesmaid once again. Second position. Not a bad result, though. Crosses the line. Moritz Reiniger with a great result on the podium, sweeping back and forth. They know they did a great job in their position. Hats off to them in the McLaren, and the old McLaren, mind you. So that's a great result, a great drive. Race Scout Kyoso, after a great pit strategy call in front of Seiko Kaiza. Seiko Kaiza was able to sort of eat away at the gap a little bit, but it wasn't enough. Race Scout Kyoso finishes in 4th, Seiko Kaiza in 5th. Kagura Mashiro, Succubus Racing driver. Looks like Succubus Racing might be the winners for the team's championship. Amina Run goes off wide in front of them. Kagura Mashiro into the final corner, into their home stretch. This might be it. The team championship. Looks like, oh, Kagura Mashiro's run out of fuel. I'm not sure, actually. But Team Succubus Racing, Kagura Mashiro and Eister ABR, 6th and 7th, they are the champions, as Yukari Kagurazaka might have taken the Drivers' Championship. A great display of talent from this driver, making up 13 positions from the start. Natalie Lee in 9th, Blanc Ryuzaki yet to cross the line in 10th. Yes, they cross the line. Jordan Brunch doing a burnout in the tribute livery in 11th. Asatera in 12th. Panda Fungus in 13th. Cobb 90 in 14th. Cody Lionheart 15th. Chen Soy in 16th. Ivan Jix VTuber at 17th. Ahmed Imran 18th. Trazioni Integrale in 19th. What a race. What a race. As we see everybody celebrating the end of the VTuber GT Championship. Hats off to everybody for making this a great season. Looks like Chensui has punctured their tire. Yeah, it looks like they have. So congratulations to everybody who has finished the race here. Oh, Ryuma Tateyama did not make the start. So those are actually 3 DNFs for today. So congratulations to Lucas Lichten, the winner of today's French V-Prix. So that'll be pretty much it for the broadcast today. Lucas Lichten, the winner for today's race here at Paul Ricard. Thank you everybody for watching this season. I know sometimes it has been awkward for me commentating, but it's been a lot of fun. And send some love to June, who couldn't make it for today's race. But yes, thank you everybody for watching this season. Hope everybody had a great time. We do have the 3rd season of the Track GT Cup coming up. And also, we are already accepting signups for next season's VTuber GT. So thank you everybody for watching. And as always, we will see you on the racetrack. Goodbye for now.